Hello everyone, welcome back to Ultimate League Season 22 as we find ourselves here at the second round here in Singosari. So today's circuit, as you can see right here, is the Singosari circuit in Indonesia. It is a fictional track made by Eleanor. You can definitely see how well decorated it is. Yeah, it is a track with 18 corners and with a lot of braking points, so it's definitely going to be a very different type of race than what we saw in the previous week in Interlagos. Interlagos was a much faster track. This one has a lot more braking points, a little bit more slower, and also has a much bigger skill gap, so we should probably not expect to see that much of an exciting race, or not really see that many huge big packs, but we should see a race that is going to be more about pace and skill, as today there's also no rain predicted, so the drivers will have to use two different tire compounds for today's race. And yeah, at the beginning of the week there were some questions of whether the hards would work here or not, but throughout the practice sections we managed to end up concluding that the hard tires will definitely be the way to go today, which is definitely a bit of a relief, as if the hard tires didn't work here, then it would be very likely that they would not work anywhere else. So without any further ado, let's then get ourselves into the qualifying session. Alright, so we find ourselves then here in qualifying, and before they start their laps, let's already just check the standings right here, as you can see on your bottom right. And you might be asking why there's no like complete standings in here, and main reason is pretty simple actually. It's because usually now at the end of the videos I do put like the full standings, and you can check them out at the end, as obviously it's going to be how the standings will look like at the end of this round. So yeah, but right now, as you can see, Fatmi has now the lead of the championship, of course, after winning round number 1. Flix is just 4 points behind though, because he got the fastest lap, so yeah, that's pretty much it there. So it should be interesting to see if he can keep it or not, or if Flick's going to be able to pass him, as then in the constructor is more of the same compared to last season. As now, let's just check this first lap, how will things look like. And as you can see, it is Corvid on provisional pole, so once again the Australian just looking pretty fast, with Aussie there in second place. But either way, in the constructors it is pretty much the same from last season. It is a one-time domination, as they finish in with the top two pretty much. And then we got this big battle there for second place. RMC, LSA, SGP and STP, they all just 7 points behind each other. And we also got this Flow Force and Vicar Alto, which we did also saw in the previous season. But either way, that covers it for the standings, as now we see that the jar is about to complete that second lap. And as you can see, it is now F1 Fan tying with Corvid, both with the 42.38. And I just saw here Hernandi, which is very weird, he is actually here once again, looking to improve, as we see LSA with the brand new mind livery, by the way. But either way, we then see then just one single lap to go. F1 Fan and Corvid are tied, but will they be able to improve on that third lap, or will someone else coming in and stole the fun, pretty much, and steal the fun? Let's see now. We got Aussie looking pretty fast here, as we saw after a lot of drivers have improved. But let's see now, final lap of qualifying, I see Juroni crashing, and it is Aussie with pole position, just by a single hundredth of a second, but he has done it. So let's then have a look into the starting grid here, as we got Aussie with pole position. Then it is F1 Fan starting in second place, tied with Corvid. So let's see who's actually going to be starting at the front row. Then you got another tie here, Johan Hernandi for P4. Then you got yet another tie as well with Flix and Menbergoat. Then Figo is here in P8 with P2Co. Now splitting the flow forces with Lexus closing the top 10. So yeah, Figo is filling in for Full Force today, and Nani's in for LSA. And then we got also Fatmi starting in P11. Really, he's gonna have a lot of work to do at the start, just like he had last week. And then we got Kado here in P12, followed in by Albono. Then he got Fed F1 Low We got Cruzy Man, then it's Shirani here in last place, and then yeah, Johnny Fu should be joining now the race as he decided to skip qualifying as he had some connection issues. Remember that he did miss, that he did DNF'd during the last week's race, so let's see if his connection is gonna look better this time around. But yeah, either way, let's then get ourselves into the race here in the Indonesian as it's going to be 44 laps here at the Singosari circuit. Okay then, so here we are now for the beginning of the race. Should be a very exciting one, or maybe not really. I actually don't have that many expectations, but let's see how will things go as we got 7 drivers on the grid, and here we go. It is on in Indonesia as we got Aussie with a good start at the front now. F1 Fan taking second place as we see Corey with a very slow start, and then we got Hernandi and then very good going side by side there as we see a bit of a chaotic start, but it is Aussie leading the way, followed in by the LSAs, and it's Manbergoats there in P4. Then we got Flix in second in the standings now in P5. So interesting stuff going on at the current moment as we got then Manbergoat, then it's Corvi, then we got Yo as the huge fingers here going side by side there, and I don't know exactly how do things look like between two high fingers as we see now Yoa going into the grass and now just breaking the pack. Look at that as we see now Figo's going extremely wide with Kado. Just crazy actions. We got Albon and F1. A little bit of lag rocket there, but they managed to get out of it. And I'm not gonna lie, I wonder if the size increased with these cars. Oh. Alright then, so we just got a red flag, and since it happened very early to the race, it's going to be a full restart here, but let's see then how will things go as we got a lot of drivers currently on the soft tires, but now we started to see a lot of mediums, and here we go then, the restart is restarted, I guess, as we got in Aussie with a good start once again. F1 Fan also getting himself up into second place, then we got both LSAs there now, actually not having both a good start here. We got Flix and Hernandi now going side by side. Figo is down in P8. As we got Pituco right now in P7, and yeah, obviously Figo probably did not practice all that much, that's why he's a little bit further down. But as we see then, Aussie once again just leading the way, just doing what he needs to do right now. As then you got Kioa right now in third place, and you got Corvid, then it's Hernandi, Flix, Figo, and then we see here Futby with Pituco, then it's Manbergoat, Kado, and yeah, so as we see then, things are already going a little bit more normal, but obviously some drivers will benefit from this restart, while others will be massively screwed up, which I will apologize by the way. As we see, oh my god, Lexus just absolutely crashing here. We also got Albono, not exactly having the best of starts, as we got right now Aussie, then still leading the way, F1 Fan in second, it's Yoa third, so definitely benefiting a lot from this, because I remember he was much further down there before this restart, or before the red flag. But yeah, it is now Flix currently now overtaking his ex-teammate, then now up into P5 with then the 3 times world champion then in P6. And yeah, interesting fact, the driver who won the race back in season 18, which on this track was Charge GT, but it's not here today, so we are pretty much guaranteed to have a brand new race winner. But will that driver be from a different team though? Because Charge GT won that race for SCP, of course. Now Aussie is racing for SCP as well, so that could pretty much just, I guess SCP could just be gatekeeping this race win. But now we see Hernandi and Fatmi going side by side. Fatmi definitely needs to gain some positions here. Now look at these things are looking very interesting. Now Manbergoat tries to take full advantage of Figo's mistake there, and he tried to go up things side, but just could not pick the move there. As we see, I think things are going just a little bit better for Figo. I'm pretty sure he was in a lot of chaos as we see. Oh my god, I think I saw someone lagging out, probably Johnny Fu, but I cannot be sure. Could also be Albono. But either way, it is then Aussie still leading the way. Look at this pack, the top 3 just getting away. Corvi in P4, we got Flix right now in P5, followed in by Merbegot, and we have this bit of a train behind the Dutch driver. As we see right now, we still got some packs here, which is quite interesting to see, but it's not as big as the packs that we have in Interlagos. as this track obviously does have a lot more skill to it and also a lot more breaking points and all of that, so it is what usually tends to happen. But in the meantime, we see someone beating. That's Albono. So yeah, it does sound like it's too early, but remember that this is a very long lap, 42 seconds each lap, and so yeah, the stints will not have that many laps, but each lap will obviously be very long. Also, another thing to have in consideration is that these undercuts should be very, very strong because of being a long lap. Just staying one lap longer is gonna make a huge difference, so there is something that the drivers will have to watch out here, as now we got Ozzy beating from the lead. F1 fan who was on the mediums decides to stay out then, so let's see if he's gonna pit at the end of this lap or he's gonna do yet another lap. But now as you can see now, the one times are not really doing the undercuts that they did in the previous week at Interlagos. Now they are going the other way around, but as we see Fatmi with a big mistake now that's gonna cost him 2 positions. And once again it's Ben Bergold leading this group right here now in P4, as obviously Ozzy has pitted. And where is he actually? I'd like to see, yeah, he's in P9 then. And he has the hard tires, but yeah, today he doesn't have to worry about the rain. As we see now, ooh, Figo doing a fakie there. Decides to pull out to stay out on the track last minute. As now Ozzy then gets maybe not much of an undercut. I mean, he's still ahead of the Romanian driver, but as we see, ooh, F1 fan with a mistake now. Yo, tries to go up the inside. Can the South African make the move? I think he can. So Yo, he's then up to second place. That's gonna be, I think, good for Ozzy, because that means that they battled a lot and he gained some distance. But Yo has the mediums though, and the mediums might be at this point faster, but Yo makes a mistake though, so this once again is just helping the Polish driver to stay ahead. It's actually crazy to see, but Ozzy in his first race, he was actually a bit of a hazard on the track back in Phillip Island in the season 18, and but now look at him just flying around in first place. Could this be his first ever race win then, as he got his first podium in the previous race? I think this is gonna give him a huge boost of confidence, and who knows, maybe, just maybe, he's gonna put himself into the battle for the title, as we see him really just delivering in qualifying. But it is obviously too early to say, as we got now Corby then pitting, going for the overcut here, as we got Ozzy now taking back that race lead. Then we got the F1 fan, looks like he got past Yoa in the meantime, and now Corby is going to be leaving the pit, standing P6. As you got Figo, Fatmi right behind with Bituko and Hernandi as well, as they go a little bit wide there. As you can see, Bituko actually doing pretty well here. He tries to go around the outside, but that did not really work all that well. But yeah, looking back then, we got Fatmi here. They all do seem to be actually battling. Remember that Figo and Hernandi are probably in a more chill mode, so they probably don't really mind battling a little bit more. So yeah, as we see then Fatmi pretty down in P7. Flix is already up to P4. He's definitely on a recovery race here today, just like he was last week. But that recovery is actually pretty fast this time around. He has to do it the hard way, try and overtake the drivers one by one, and surely he should be able to get himself up there. But yeah, so I don't know exactly who really benefited and who got screwed up by this restart, but what's certain that things look a little bit more chill now. But there are still some packs here, which is cool to see at least. But obviously those packs would never be all that big, as you see right now Johnny in P12 at the moment, still yet to pit. He's the only driver that has not pitted yet, interesting enough. And we got Lexus definitely not having a good start actually. He started in P10, now he's on in P18, so 8 positions lost at the moment. But yeah, look at this. This race actually looks to be a very fast one, because we are about to approach the first third of the race. at 8 minutes, so maybe not really. 24 minutes, so I guess that's it. But either way, we got F1 Fan then in second place. And can he catch Aussie though? Because remember that Aussie pitted a 1 lap earlier than F1 Fan, so that should definitely make a difference on a track like this. As we see in the meantime, Flix is trying to get past the South African there, but Yoa still managed to defend there. But as we see now, Flix tries to get a better exit, but Yoa still has the inside, but now he has to concede. And he had to back off there. As we see now, Flix, he has the same tires as F1 Fan, so maybe Aussie does not have this one in the bag just yet, as we got Flix just trying to make his recovery at the moment. And now we see F1 Fan with a little mistake. Flix cannot pass him though. This obviously helps Aussie. And yeah, let's see now if he's going to pit right now or if he's gonna stay out. Then we see Flix now. He has the inside on the LSA driver. Can he make the move or not as he goes up the inside? And he takes second place. So there he goes, Flix with those moves. And in the meantime, his teammate Fatme is down in P6. So at the current moment, Flix has 25 points, while Fatme would get 22, 20, 18. I think Flix would have now the championship lead, as he also does have the fastest lap. But at the moment, Aussie would be gaining 31 points because he got pole position as well. And yes, so far he did led all laps in this race, apart from the ones where he waited to the pits earlier than others. But as we see, Aussie still leading up the way. And then we got... who is FedF1 talking about? Oh boy, could it be... I think Albono, as we see him going side by side with FedF1. But now he gets overtaken there in P15. So yeah, there's also still some battles here. We got Kado and Juruni. We got from eSports 1 era teams, or teams that dominated during that time. And yeah, then we got some other battles. We got Manberry Goat and Glow. Because now we see someone going into the pits. That's Aussie. So Aussie pits once again just a little bit earlier than the others. Not sure if he was caught up by Flix or not, or if he still had a bit of a gap, but either way, he comes out now in P7, so just a little bit further ahead compared to last time he left the pits. But he is, once again, hard tires just dominating the strategies here today. But then we got, some action I think here as Yoa now gets overtaken, no, maybe not overtaken by Aussie, but yeah, let's see now. Aussie with a bit of a mistake now. Yoa makes the move. I think Yoa actually made the undercut there. He has the mediums right now. And he was actually one of the front runners in this race. It was in P4, I think. So yeah, he's definitely still has something to say here. But he cannot make that many mistakes, because then the likes of Flix and F1 Fan will be coming for them. So they need to watch out here. As you see, Quarry now started to do some banger laps here. But he does have better tires than F1 Fan. And it looks like Corby did pit it quite later. I guess he went for the hards or the mediums, while the others went for softs. But as we see then, Flix right now is going to pit at the end of lap 16. Yes, he will. F1 Fan is going to follow him, while Corby now takes back the lead once again. And yet again it is at the end of his stint. FedF1 once again just fed up with Albono, I guess. There's this Albono goes around the outside. And yeah, I wonder if there's going to be some reports about the Scottish driver. As we see, looks like Shuren is leaving the race, so maybe his connection failed him today, while his teammate is now leading the way. Well, I guess we have a full RFC sandwich. As then we got Aussie battling Yoa. Can he make a move on the South African or not? Maybe not really. But in the meantime, we've got Flix, though. Things are actually looking very promising for him right now. He has got rid of F1 Fan, and he has better tires than the drivers ahead, so he has everything to win this race still, pretty much. But yeah, then we got F1 Fan and Manberry Goats, who's already looking to make a third pit stop very soon, which, yeah, probably not ideal actually. But people see is that we got Fatme in P7. And yeah, once again, I think Flix at this rate, he's going to take the championship lead. Although, wait a minute, yeah, I'm forgetting about Ozzy. Because he was only 4 points behind Flix coming into this race. They both got a point, Ozzy from the pole position and Flix for the fastest lap at the moment. And so, if Ozzy would be to win the race with Flix in second, he would then take the championship lead by a single point, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, then we also have Yoa right now. He got pole position in Interlagos, but then he had a bit of a crash coming into turn 2 with Flix and someone else. I don't remember who exactly it was. But as you see now, Yoa with a mistake, I think maybe Ozzy will want to pass him, and yes, that's exactly what he does. Because they're seeing, they started to see Flix in their mirrors very soon. But yeah, actually checked the lap times, and as you can see, 8/10 gain by Flix here, so he's definitely flying right now. But look at F1 Fan, not really all that far away, at least on his last lap. So yeah, it's all looking pretty fun. In the meantime, we also got some other battles here. We got Albono F1, Fed F1, and Albono has to take it into the escape room. As then we got Kuziman also battling the Ricard. Then we got Lexus here trying to get something out of this race. As we see, oh my god, just having some incidents here. It is definitely not great. Then we got Albono just trying to go around the outside there, but yeah, let's see then. Skirting P16 with Lexus, but I think the package is broken now. In the meantime, looks like Flix is caught up to the top two drivers then. Ooh, but he makes a mistake, so that's gonna free these drivers just a little bit. And I would say probably for Ozzy, if he could just get rid of Yoa right now, that would help him a lot, but obviously sometimes it's not really just up to him. For instance, Yoa would need to make a mistake, but right now he doesn't have much older tires, and now there you go, that's exactly what happens. Ozzy now still leads the way. Yoa though might just pit, which could release Flix right now, and yeah, that's exactly what he does, as we see Flix just trying to take as much of that slipstream as possible. Because now he's gonna go after the Polish driver with Curity in the lead, so let's see right now. This could be Ozzy's Kubica Canada GP moments, where he takes his first win and then leads the championship afterwards. It's as we see, it is Flix right now in second place. Then we got some other battles here. Now Fatme getting himself up into P6 just behind Yoa, who was just pitted. And yeah, Yoa really betting on those mediums, so just trying to go for yet another undercut right now. As looking back at the front, I just want to see the lap times here. No, not bad for Ozzy here. He did still lost some lap to the Latvian. In the meantime, look at F1 Fan though. So I'm guessing that Flix probably did a mistake on this lap. But yeah, look at the top three, they're all just getting closer to each other. So we still have a bit of an exciting race, as we see now in front of me. Oh my god, just going off the track there. Trying to go alongside Bituco. As then you got Hernandi battling Manbergoat here with Figo right now leading this group in the battle for P6. But yeah, I just need to check the front as well, because I don't want to miss anything at the front. But right now, I guess, yeah, Flix is still trying to catch Ozzy. But in the meantime, we got some other battles here. Once again, this one is, oh my god. So Fatme probably not happy with the current situation in this race. But yeah, Figo currently in P6, we got Manbergoat right behind him, then it's Hernandi. I think they all probably just slipstreaming right now, so I guess we can now focus more towards the front. And as you can see, I think Flix is now catching Ozzy, so it is game on between these two drivers for the race win then. As maybe Ozzy's gonna pit, yeah, that's exactly what he does, but Flix is gonna pit behind him, so now they're gonna be exactly on equal footing here for these final two stints of this race. Or actually the final stint of this race. It is 10 laps to go, so they can definitely take these tires to the finish line. So this is when things get exciting. In the meantime, Yoa though does have a bit of a undercut. So I wonder if he can either keep this gap because of having a faster tire, or if he's going to be losing because he also has older tires. So we will see. In the meantime, looks like Flick is not quite on Aussie's slipstream, but he might be very, very soon, I believe. As now we see him getting closer with his braking points, but I think he made a little mistake there. Yeah, once again. So Aussie still absolutely under pressure, I would say. In the meantime, we also got F1 Fan, and not gonna lie, I would not count him out just yet, because if Flix and Aussie battle too much, F1 Fan could come into the frame, and with better tires that could give him the advantage. Who knows, we could have a surprise winner here. But either way, we also have a chance of having another debut winner in the form of Aussie. And of course, we also have Iowa. And maybe Corvid, but yeah, Iowa's gonna have to pit again. But he's gonna have much better tires than the others. And the same, I guess, applies to Corvid here, as he pits right now. Very light pit stop, that's for sure. And he goes for the medium, so he's gonna have faster tires. But will that mean that he's gonna have faster pace, though? This is probably the type of track where you can still make the difference by just having better pace. But in the meantime, ooh, Flex with a bit of a mistake there. Aussie just getting some distance. So yeah, Aussie somehow just being able to just keep the distance between himself and the Latvian driver. And yeah, look at this. He's really fighting for this one. But he's not making mistakes like Flick is doing right now. But I believe Flick still is gonna try and come back. He still can do it, of course. So this is far from over. In the meantime, let's just compare the lap times. And yeah, that was only 2/10 loss. But it is still 2/10 loss. So yeah, in the meantime, F1 Fan. Did it gain all that much as Flix? I think he's starting to just lose focus here. Because look at him, another mistake! What is happening to him? Flix really fumbling this one. And now Aussie just gets a bit of a distance. In the meantime, I think Yo should be pitting soon, because otherwise it's going to be way too late to be pitting. As now Aussie's starting to already catch him, so I think Yo should be calling to the pits, but no, he stays out. What is he doing right now? I don't think that's exactly a good idea. I don't think he can really catch the others in just 5 laps. That will be a bit of a miracle. But I guess he believes in his own pace. But yeah, let's see then. Flix is now in 3rd. F1 Fando got 1 second closer to Flix on the previous lap, and that is absolutely crazy. In the meantime, I'm not sure if Corby really gained time on F1 Fan, but he can still potentially fight for the top 4 finish here. And of course, Yo is still yet to pit, and I think he might pit and be behind Corvid. But now there he goes, and finally Yo pits, but I'm afraid this might be just a little bit too late, but we will see about that now. But he goes in for the soft tires, as one could predict, so 5 laps of softs, and let's see if this is gonna pay off. If not for the win, maybe for a podium, who knows, but he doesn't have that much time left though. So this is it, final stint of the race. For some it's already in the middle of the stint, but Yo is only starting here. And yeah, his final stint is only half number of the laps compared to Aussie and Flick. So here we go then, just 4 laps to go as soon as Aussie crosses the line. And the gap is right now, I think, 2 seconds pretty much. And yeah, Flick is gaining now. Almost 3/10 of a gaining, 2.5 tenths actually, that he gained to Aussie. So it is game on in the meantime. Yeah, F1 Fan, despite having the other tires not being able to catch Flix, and the fact that Flix hasn't got up to Aussie, it's actually been bad for him, because now they're all on their own. They're not losing time with battles. But of course the pace also does make a bit of a difference. In the meantime, we got Yoa just trying to get past Corvid here, but Corvid's not leading him. Yoa goes into the grass. Oh, and whatever hopes he had into the on this final stint, I think they might be over there just on that moment. As the hype fingers has some huge lack of communication. And yeah, now we are starting to get ourselves into the final moments of this race, which also means that the tire wear starts to make a bigger difference. So we can definitely see that here as we got F1 Fan now starting to gain on Flicks. Ozzy still keeping the distance, and this has so far been his best ever race. That is for sure, as he could finally be on the first career win, but there is still 2 laps to go here. The gap is only a single second. I think Flicks may have gained time on him on this lap, and yes, he definitely did. 6/10 there, so it is not over yet. Let's see, can Ozzy do it or not? Maybe starting to feel the pressure, but he's also starting to feel the excitement as well, as there is the first career win on the line. But can he do it or not, or will Flicks give him a heartbreak here? As we see the F1 Fan still in third place there. Then you got Johan now up into P4. Maybe he can still catch F1 Fan, but I'm pretty sure he would like to have just a little bit more. In the meantime, look at this. Flicks is actually getting very close to Ozzy. I think we might have a 1v1 battle for the race win on the final lap here. As Ozzy still leads, but Flicks is right behind him. He could be a bit of a slow burner, but let's see now. Flicks just getting very close that he has the slipstream. I'm not really sure. I am not really sure, but here we go, Ozzy. Trying to prove that he can be a title contender for this season. Against the one who's seen as the main title contender for this season. But let's see who's going to be able to do it. Ozzy goes into the grass. Can Flicks go around the outside? I think he can. He's going to have the inside right now. And he takes the lead. Flicks takes the lead of the race. Now on the final straight, who's going to take it here? It is Flicks in the lead. Ozzy takes the slipstream, but I think Flicks goes on. No! It is Ozzy in the end. But oh my lord, what just happened there? I'm pretty sure Flicks won on my screen, but the game says otherwise. Crazy stuff just happening here. As we got the others just finishing. Yeah, so we're just waiting for the others. So looking then at the race results, we got then Ozzy with his first win of his career, as in the end the results screen decided to pull him in first, even though we did saw Flicks crossing the line first. So I believe this will be the actual results, as then we got Flicks then with once again getting the fastest lap, and yet again he gains 26 points in a single round. Which then you got F1 Fan then completing the podium. It's gonna be his first podium as well. Then you got Yoa, who's also chasing his first podium in the end, just couldn't do it. And then you got Arvid then finishing in P5, who's been a very huge surprise in this season actually. Then we got Membergold in P6, followed in by Fatmi, then B2Co. And then you got Figan Hernandi there, who's in the top 10. And then we see here Glow finishing in P11, followed in by Lucy Man filling in for Links today. And then you got Kato then in P13, followed in by Johnny Fu in P14. That's not a good race for him today. Then you got Fede4, followed in by Lexus, and then Bono in P17, as we got Juruni DNFing today. So without any further ado, let's get ourselves into the interviews. And so, starting with Flicks here, this was probably a bit of a roller coaster of emotions in this race, as he went from not being up there in qualifying, then the start as well. Then you started to recover, and then you started to catch Ozzy, and then there were other times where you made some mistakes and you got Ozzy gained some distance, but then you started to catch him back, and then it all came down to the final lap, where you managed to actually catch him and beat him on your screen, on the line, I'm pretty sure. But then the game just decides to play pranks on you, and yeah, I guess you gonna be second, I'm guessing. But yes. So how
I
are
mean,
you feeling?
it's the same thing that happened in last season in round two, where I was literally clearly ahead on your screen, my screen of fuck, what was it called of Ozzy for this. I was ahead of Ozzy. He was literally behind me. It looked like he was slipping me, but then of course the game decides to put me second, as I didn't, you know, literally the whole race tried to catch back up to him. And then last lap I did it. And then of course the game decides to, like you said, play a prank on me. I thought I won. Um, I don't know what the recording. I don't know what you saw, but yeah, I was just annoying.
Well, I did saw you crossing the line first there. That was why I was actually very surprised there. But yes. So let's see. Hope you can recover then in the next race, because now I believe Aussie leads the championship with this win by just a single point or something. But either way, we then go to the next driver. Yoa finished before he racing for Lynx, and is he here? Oh no, he's. Oh, you are here. Okay, so yeah, interesting strategy you got there, and I feel like have things gone differently, it could have been, uh, I guess, a better result. And not sure about the race win, but definitely a podium was up for grabs there. So yeah, how do you feel?
I gave it my all. I gave it my all. I said from the start that I was not going to be doing the same strategy as everyone else. Um, because when I do, it doesn't always go well. But I decided from the start that I'm going to try undercuts, and I mean it nearly worked. I think the final stint just, uh, yeah, the final stint, right? I think I went for a move into one of the corners at the worst possible time. So then, uh, I think this was on COVID's trailer, and then yeah, that did not end well, but that was my fault. In the final lap, I made another mistake. So I mean, the podium was there. It was just there. Pace was there for sure. But yeah, see, Ozzy won, so congrats to him. F1 fan on the podium too. Shout out to them.
All right then. So today you tied your personal best from your last home Grand Prix in Kyalami. But either way, then we go to the next driver, Corvid, the other height bigger in this race. And yeah, I guess so far so good. You got P4 in the previous race. Today you got P5 as well, doing a bit of an alternate strategy compared to the others. And so yeah, what can you say?
Um, no, I'm actually not happy with today because I had the pace to win. Honestly, um, just I really struggled. I don't know why in terms of just raw consistency. I just didn't have it for the race, and um, I had the pace. I think my strategy was fine. It was just that like the critical moments where I should have had a bigger like I should have been closer to F1 fan when I got out of the pits, and then on the final stint, then I just started making like ridiculous errors. I mean, across the entire race, honestly, I was just making too many mistakes. Like, it sucks especially because I did a practice mock, I did a practice full distance, and I finished like 4 seconds ahead of the race win today. So like the pace was absolutely there. It's just frustrating that I wasn't able to execute.
And yeah, I guess sometimes it really shows that it's sometimes how you can perform in the moment. But either way, so I guess since you're saying that there was a potential space for the win, will that can you like find something positive on that, like the fact that it means are you kept capable for like the future races and stuff?
I mean, it's good that like this is the first time in a while that I've gone out of a race and been like, yeah, this should like I should have been closer to the win. I'm still only 3 seconds off, so like it's definitely a positive to take. and it just shows that like the practice regimen I'm starting to pick up is actually starting actually work, considering I was much further away from the front last week. So yeah, that's the main things. We'll see how it pays off tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Next week. Next week is going to be a bit scary on my side, but we'll see.
All right then. So then we go to the driver who finished P5 member goats, and yeah. So crazy race for you. I'm pretty sure you were on this group. Uh,
I don't know. I have I have like this race as like neutral feeling. Like I don't feel good about it because my pace was not good. I don't feel bad about it because I still got like P6, I think. So you know, it is what it is. But I don't know. I just really don't know what happened. My strategy was maybe not ideal, but still, like to be 10 seconds off the lead when in the mocks as well, like Corbett was saying, I was basically there with the leaders from today. I just don't know what happened. Unlucky lap one for sure, but that doesn't lose you 10 seconds. It's just a whole race of like disappointing laps and mistakes. And yeah, I don't know. I will have to look back at the video when it comes out and see what I did, and hopefully have a better result next week. But yeah, this week not my best, but we'll see. We'll see if we can improve.
all right then. So we are going to be looking forward for the future races, as then you go to Fantomy, as you were leading the championship coming into this race. Now probably lost it, I believe. Yeah, turning P7, and yeah, probably a difficult race. And yeah, so how do you feel?
Um, Average quality, so like P11, nothing's different than usual, and just I was lucky on the first start, managed to get P8, and I thought I was gonna finally maybe start P8, and no, we restarted, and it was just terrible after that. The whole race I was in a pack, and genuinely like the IQ combined was less than room temperature, so even mine. So just I think it's one of the least enjoyable races I've ever done. So yeah, I'm winning Zach and Ring, or I'm leaving. I don't give a fuck anymore.
Oh, damn. So yeah, hopefully things can go better in the next time. And then we got your favorite mixed race driver, Figo. And yeah, so you were supposedly on the break, but you immediately came back, which is a classic in this server. And so yeah, what how was it to race today? Probably with much less practice, and if you had any practice, and but yeah, P9 finish very close to Hernandi. So I guess you may have had a lot of fun today. So yeah, what can you say?
Yeah, I mean, um, I don't know. I want to be disappointed, but I cannot be. Um, my game was just freezing like every lap, like 3 times per lap. I had to have lost like 2, 3 tenths a lap though. It was genuinely horrible. Like, cause I knew that I had the pace for something like a lot better. Um, but yeah, my computer just kind of didn't want me to. So it's just unfortunate there. But to be fair, I didn't practice that much, and but I was not gonna get anything above P6. Like, yeah, I was not gonna catch Manberger if I lost the slip and stuff like that, and like stuff like that. I just did like I literally couldn't go fast. Like it was just horrible. And it kind of just frustrated me. So I started like, bro, like Hernandi started fighting me, and I didn't really lose it that crazy. Like I just had like this uncaring attitude because there's nothing in it for me. So I just kind of went like crazy aggressive on him. Um, and we had our scuffle. So sorry about that. Yeah, I mean it's just like frustrating. Like, yeah, I joke about the one-time card being dominant, but this one was genuinely a shit box. Like I couldn't do anything in it. Um, but also just, I mean, the quality was good though. I mean, for for someone who literally just shown up on the day, it's decent. Um, it's kind of a different experience, like going on keyboard. I struggled a bit at first, um, and I feel like the game freezing every moment was like it made it really hard to drive because I didn't know because when the game freezes, I like it doesn't let me like steer, so I just drive into the grass. So I didn't know when it was gonna happen, so I kind of like I was hesitant in every corner, so it kind of just slowed me down a lot. and it just made me hit the grass so much. Like, it was unbelievable. And then like at the end, I literally just lost focus. I was just looking at Flix's race, so I think I just really fucked up, and I just let like Batu go by. I think Handy made a mistake, so it didn't pass me, but he would have if he hadn't driven wide. But that's my race. But like also just for like one time, I'm just like, I'm sure they don't want to hear it, but like this is a disappointing performance. Yeah, I don't know. I think they know they should be doing better.
You're
Like quality
fucking idiot.
wise, the execution is not there, and the race wise, it's also not there. Um, I'm frustrated that Flick's lost on the line, but given his pace and stuff, he shouldn't even be in that position. And I think he knows that as well. He should just be ahead. He shouldn't be, fighting with him. He should just be ahead of him out of the slip range. So like things like that, I think they need to fix up. This is like one time right now. I hope that they can kind of get it together. And if Anthony leaves, maybe I'll come back. We'll see. But I'm just definitely not going to be high practice or anything. So that's it then.
Well, that's one hell of a statement there, and yeah, I guess we will end with Nandi. Hopefully, better vibes over there. I guess you have to ask, how does it feel to just get back to the basement again?
I mean, it wasn't really the basement, it was more like the slaughterhouse. But yeah, actually, I think out of everyone in the pack, I enjoyed the race the most. Obviously, I wanted to score points for SA because, unlike Figo, I was kind of fighting for something. We have a big constructors fight for P2 there, and I just wanted to do my part in that. And I saw that Figo was like losing time on the straights, so I was on that fresher tires, kind of went for a move, slightly pushed him off. And I think that angered him a bit because then he just dived the shit out of me on next lap on the hairpin. I think we lost like 2 seconds. So from there, I kind of realized that that is my fate for the race. Just I already spent most of the race with him and Tommy. I think we were pretty chill. Tried to slip them for most of the time because I was really inconsistent. But after that, I just saw that they didn't really care, so I didn't really care either. There were some times where I got like put into the wall on the finish straight and stuff, and there was also a really unfortunate leg incident where Figo was like going slow on the straight. I got in front of him, and then he suddenly speeded up, and I just got punted into the gravel. So it's a miracle I even made it back to the pack after that in the last stint. Last stint was pretty good, and overall, I'm really happy with these new cars. They just feel much better to drive with for me. I think they suit me a lot better. But yeah, just disappointing in the start, a lot of mistakes. But obviously, I'm still really happy, and F1 fan got his first podium. That's amazing. So yeah, we will keep working. Hopefully with Juice, because honestly, I think he probably would have gotten more points than me today. And yeah, I'll be on standby every week if the team needs me, but this might just be what I can get with this limited practice.
Okay then, and yeah, congratulations also to F1 fan for the first podium, and definitely very promising there. Then we go to Man, if he's here.
Hello.
Yeah, so I don't remember exactly when was the last time you raced, but I guess today was a bit solid there. P12, and yeah, what can you say?
I showed up to race for fun. Didn't I had 10 laps of quali practice, so I was not expecting anything good in quali. Qualified what P16, 15, whatever I started. And I knew cars ahead of me were gonna be slower, even though I don't have practice because I kind of usually have more pace than these JL drivers that are in the lobby. I don't know. It just went horrible. I'm not gonna lie. Them losing the slip, I was locked out for top 12. That's the no top 12. I mean fucking P12. That's the only thing I could get, and that's the thing I got. unfortunately. But yeah, P8 streak also broken, unfortunately. But yeah, we'll see. Sandford is the race I'm actually gonna try for and maybe fight for the win, hopefully. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
All right then. Who's still here to interview? I think Gado's probably going for UMRL, so he's not here. And so I guess to end we go then with Albono. I
Hello.
think. Yeah. So probably not as good of a race compared to last week, but yeah. What can you say then?
um, I mean, judging by the UL SmackDown, apparently I was a little bit of an Al Qaeda member that race. None of it was massively meant. Um, might have sent a couple moves on Feddy that I shouldn't have out of frustration at one point. But basically, I got stuck in a pack. At the start, I was behind the pack, tried to move through it, but it was just like death. With me, Guz, Jeru, Feddy, and Lexus. Everyone was sort of killing and being killed as well. I don't really mean to kill anyone, but if I did, then obviously I apologize. I don't go into a race meaning to murder people. And then I was on a strategy. They should have undercut people on hards. And I don't know. I've never actually seen it before, but like a massive fucking keyboard came up on UR2D on my screen. I obviously like elbowed something on my keyboard because I play on controller. So I've obviously like done something with my keyboard and a massive and a big like keyboard that you see on your screen popped up on my screen. So that lost me like 9 seconds. So then I was just sort of race engineering man bear for the last like 10 laps. So it was a terrible race, but I didn't have any time to practice. So just Saxon ring and that'll 100% be better and back to top 10s hopefully for the remainder of the season.
All right then. So thanks everyone for the interviews and yes, so I guess that's it then for the interviews today. As then for the next round, we're going to be racing in Saxon Ring, a track that has not been raced since season 8, and now it's going to be back here with some rain, and it's definitely a much bit of an easier track compared to Singosari. So it will be a much more exciting race then. As I mean, today was still exciting, but either way, we'll see you there. Until the next time, and goodbye.